If I can go back in time with knowing what I know, okay, first of all, I wouldn't go to anything before I was 18 because I feel like that none of that was in my control. I was a child, you know. um, that's the whole point of having parents to like guide you and to take care of you. You know, like your life shouldn't be hard when you're a child. Um, but I would go back to 18. I had emancipated from the group home. I was already in my own. It wasn't a studio. It had a room, a bathroom, and a closet, no kitchen. And I would have lived there. And instead of going to like a fucking trade school, like I went to like an ICDC type of fucking college, which was stupid because they took all my fucking financial aid and shit like that. I should have just enrolled into community college off the bat. Um, my dad was getting paid through a program called Pathways to watch his granddaughter. I would have kept that going. I wouldn't have had any friends over my house. I would have gotten my passport off the bat, my kid's passport off the bat, not waiting until I think we got our passports like 2017. No, I would have been gotten that done. When I turned 19, my mom's husband, Herbert, who's also deceased, took me to the DMV and I failed the written test. My very first try attempt, and I was so discouraged. And I was just like, no, no, no. I would have tried again and I would have for sure have had my license, you know, like way back then. I would have paid my rent ahead of time. My rent back then was $550 for a room, closet, bathroom. There was no kitchen. It was $550. Um, I would have totally like paid like 2 months of rent ahead of time, like 1,000, 1,100. Yeah, sorry. I would have paid 1,100. So I wouldn't have to worry about the next month, you know, instead of the stupid shit that I was doing. Um, and then that would have avoided a lot of other problems. Um, I wouldn't have gone back to my baby daddy for the billionth fucking time or try to make my relationship work with him or do any of that. I wouldn't have. And that would have prevented all the cheating and lying and the abuse that I fucking endured and the shit that my daughter witnessed. I would have, if necessary, got into sex work way sooner. Would have started posting my videos and things on Pornhub way fucking sooner. A lot of shit that I've done in life, I would have done that shit sooner. Okay? So by making those changes that I just stated, I would have never had to rent a room out of a house. I would have never went to jail. I would have never had to fight for custody for my daughter. I would have never had to move to Montebello. I would have never had a roommate. I would have never went back to jail. I would have never had those experiences had I just paid my rent ahead of time. Had I just avoided my baby daddy. If I just avoided having friends just for like that year or so. Oh, and not avoid having friends, but having fake friends. You know? Oh, if I just avoided having them. Because I don't have shit to do with them today. Nothing, nada, nothing. Like, not even a phone call. We don't even follow each other on social media. Nothing, nothing, nothing at all. Like, what? No, nothing. So, like, that was dumb. I would have graduated community college way earlier than what the fuck I did. Even if I did still have those math problems because I I tested in the bottom, you know how you have to get tested. So I tested in like math 105. Then I had to take math 12 like 4 times, and I had to take math 115 like 3 times, and then like what the fuck? So even if I still had those issues with math, I still, since I went into school earlier, I would have still graduated sooner. By doing that, I would have already been in a university, whether it was Cal State Long Beach or Cal State LA or Cal State Northridge, whatever. I would have been like a semester or two in before my dad's heart attack. So I would have still had credits under my belt, even if I had to, drop out of college, and for 5, 6 years to take care of my dad, which I still would have done. I would have still taken care of my dad. I honestly wouldn't have started my own business. Diva Temper Styles, I made and sold sleepwear, sleep masks, etc. Like pajamas, etc. I wouldn't have done that shit. I wouldn't have. I would have made sure that I got my own life insurance policy for my dad, something that I myself was responsible for, because my dad did have life insurance. He had a heart attack over 6 years ago, and that was something that was talked about. That was something that I did mention. That was something that I was like aware of, and he did get it. I remember he was paying for it. I remember conversations saying that because of auto pay, they took out the money and he couldn't buy his weed. Like, I remember certain things, and as my brain is healing, I'm able to think clearly than I was even thinking a month ago or whatever. Like, this is just such a tragic loss for me. And as someone who I've always found it difficult to like manage my emotions, it's really been off the charts. But that's something that I would have honestly done differently. I know life happens. Some things that you cannot control, some things you can control, and so these are the things that I feel like were in my control, were in my power. I can't change the fact that he didn't care about his diabetes. I can't change the fact that he had a heart attack, or that he had a massive heart attack, or that I probably left the house a second before he had the heart attack. That's not shit I can honestly fucking control. I didn't fucking know. He wasn't like on his deathbed, and I never wanted to live with him. Living with him was because of the custody issue and my legal issues, and so I would never plan on living with him, like, ever. Like, I probably would have gotten my own unit in the building. And my dad, he was okay with dying. We've had these conversations. Different nurse would come in because he, after his first heart attack, he had falls followed by foot surgeries and stuff like that. So wound care nurses would come to the house and patch him up and stuff. He wouldn't listen to the doctor's orders. He would never just stay the fuck home and just stay still and be healed. He they asked, oh, if you have a heart attack, can we resuscitate you? And he's like, do not fucking do that. Let me die, because that's it. Like, I don't care. He would tell me, if I'm ever on life support, don't even give me the 3 days. Pull the fucking plug. Let me go. The last time he was in the hospital, we had the conversation, and he was, I was like, Daddy, what are we going to do? Like, he was like, Shauna has you, my daughter. She has you. Like, you'll be all right. He was telling me how a nurse was like overhearing he and I talk, and the nurse that came in shortly after I had left, and he was like, wow, your daughter is strong. And he was just like, yeah, I know if anything happens, like, everything will be fine, because she's very strong, she's very independent. And that's a compliment, and I know people mean it as a compliment, but I honestly feel like it's insulting and it's disrespectful, because you think of me like this, that you become lazy, because you think of me like this, you stop doing for yourself, because, oh, Simona's gonna take care of it, Simona got it. Like, that's not fair. That's too much stress and pressure to put on me, to put on anyone.